The production is called Varekai, which means wanderer, and it pays tribute to the nomadic soul and the spirit of the circus tradition. It is the next Cirque du Soleil show coming to Wichita. We are happy to have Vanessa Napoli here to talk about it today. Vanessa, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I want to know who's responsible for coming up with these concepts.
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
a whole team of people.
Yeah.
So for when they come up with the idea, it's a creative team that's put together, and then they hire, a set designer, a lighting designer, and then, for the acrobatic design as well of the show. So that person comes in, and then you start casting for the show, and then the costumes and the makeup, and it all comes together.
The production elements are phenomenal if you've never seen a Cirque du Soleil show. So give us an idea. There is a story that's being told throughout the production. Give us an idea of what Varekai is all about.
So Varekai is very unique in that story is really obvious. The other shows maybe you've seen, it's a little more hidden, but Varekai basically picks up where the Greek mythology of Icarus ends. So for those that aren't familiar, Icarus flew too close to the sun, lost his feathered wings, but in Varekai gets a new life. So he lands in this magical enchanted forest where he meets all these creatures. And the story is trying to tell you is about struggle, about how do you stand back up after a fall, and how Icarus uses his support system, which is the creatures of the forest, to stand back up, and they all teach him how to do that through acrobatic language, through theater and dance and music and acting, and there's all those elements that come together so wonderfully.
I'm amazed at the talented people you come up with for the cast of these productions. You go worldwide to find your cast, do you not?
We do. So we, like in the company as a whole, we have over 40 nationalities, but in Varekai alone, we're a total of 100 people from 19 different countries, so it makes for some interesting conversations off stage for sure. But we definitely try to pride ourselves on picking the best of the best from each country.
Yeah, one of the things that always jumps out at people is the strength in the acrobatics. You've been around this enough to see it up close, but are you ever awe-stricken by what these folks are able to do?
Always. And sometimes you like you said, when you're around it all the time, you kind of become accustomed to seeing it.
No,
so you think it's,
maybe a little bit.
Right. So you think it's normal, so then you say, oh, maybe I should try that, and then you actually go down and say, no, maybe not. And then you remember how difficult it is to do what they're doing. And I mean, these artists have been doing what they're doing for 15 years at least, and they're very young, 25 to 30 years old, even younger, some of them. So, they start off when mom and dad put them in gymnastics school because they have so much energy, and, start from there and then build up to a level where they're super professional and they can do all these really amazing things.
They're the best of the best, no doubt about it. If somebody's never been to a Cirque show before, maybe this one in particular, what would surprise them the most?
I think it's just the ability to be transported into this magical world where you feel you kind of lost yourself for 2.5 hours, not in a bad way, but kind of just like you're escaping reality, and you leave there saying, I'm not really sure what I saw, but it was pretty amazing. So, I think that's the feeling that people will pull from Varekai especially.
I think one thing that amazes me too is you guys always find the next big thing. It's like when you think you've seen it all with a Cirque show, there's something else. Are there just teams that are working on that development all the time, or how does that happen?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, of course, there's, we have talent scouts that are constantly scouring the internet and going through all the demo tapes that they get to find somebody different. But they're also going to like sporting competitions and events to really scout the best of the best and then bring them in and train them. So they undergo such a training before they actually go on stage. And sometimes that training could be up to a year's time before they're ready. So, they definitely want to fine-tune all that and really show people something they haven't seen before.
It's a super cool experience. Great to have you guys back in Wichita, Vanessa.
Our pleasure.
Thank you so much. And if you would like to catch Cirque du Soleil's Varekai, you still have a chance to get tickets. It opens tomorrow at Intrust Bank Arena and runs through Sunday. The shows are at 7:30 with matinee showings on Saturday and Sunday. Tickets start at $37. You can head on over to selectaseat.com for more information. I feel like I should say break a leg, but maybe not in your case. That probably...
There's actually a word in French that we say for that, and it's merde.
Okay, I'll leave that to you. Thank you so much. Leon's back with a check of our final forecast right after this. Stay with us.